We can welcome them, ladies and gentlemen, for all the way from a tour they're doing in the United Kingdom. It's the Longest Johns.
Hello!
Hello!
Yay! How are you all?
Little tired, but holding up.
Yeah.
It's a bit later there than it is here, for sure.
I think your green screen's broken.
Yeah, you're right.
Is that a green lake? Am I just not seeing something?
Yeah.
Green,
We
green
wanted
swamp.
a lawn.
Yeah.
Oh, it's lovely. It's very convincing.
We can't get outside and touch grass at the moment, so we thought this would be just a good substitute.
It's a fair replacement. I like it.
Wasn't there some old sailor thing where they used to carry some earth around with them so they could say they stepped on land for some legal purpose?
A jar.
I feel like that was a thing. It's the jar of dirt thing, yeah. Was that
That's
for legal
vampires.
Sailors and vampires are very similar in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
There's something about that.
Something about that.
I'll research that later, as usual.
Neither of them like holy water.
Has the tour been going well for you?
Oh, we're out of tour time at the moment. It's
Oh.
all preparing for big tour times next year at the moment as well.
But the last tour
That's
was
a
great.
big one. Yeah, we just announced what is it? UK, US, and Europe tours, and a second America's tour coming very soon. In fact, over your side of the country, which would be pretty awesome. So yes, including the Canadas. So
Excellent.
yeah, we would.
Who could say if we're doing Vancouver or not?
Is that the closest?
It's just above Seattle, right?
Yeah.
Is that where Vancouver is?
Yeah.
Yes.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, yeah, on the island here, I know we tend to be second or third string on the tour dates, but that's great that you're going to be touring all around.
Yeah, super exciting. And been working on like new album stuff as well, which is also very cool. So lots of busies in the meantime.
We're nearly there. Once someone can decide exactly how much reverb to put on one of the vocal tracks, we'll be done.
It's very cool.
Again, into
reverb.
those
Exactly
minute little
4 reverbs.
details. Those minute little details right at the end of making an album. We're at that point now, and it always takes the longest.
I sense a little bit of tension there.
Tension? What do you mean? I just haven't heard of him.
Just sitting there, just going, are we ready to go now? Just a little bit more. We go now. Yeah. Must be perfect. Must be absolutely perfect.
I mean, it is like, it's the only chance you get to make it before the album comes out, right? So you want to be sure it's just the way you want it.
Yeah.
Well, we keep forgetting, really, because we do so many videos and things, that these things, they go out and they're there forever as far as we're concerned,
Until
so,
YouTube and Google die.
Yeah, and every now and then we hear one of the old songs and like there's just a clank or someone's breath is cut off in the wrong place or something, and we're like, no!
So
nobody else notices.
We're gonna miss something on the album. It always
There'll be
happens.
something, I'm sure.
There's a couple of tracks where we did just make some random noises on percussion hitting things in the room, and I think all of those sounds stayed in the song as well, which is good.
We had an instrument we named Mr. Toppy. There was just a big wodge of metal bits and pieces we found around the place just being hit. So Mr. Toppy made its way onto a few little bits. It's an very unpredictable instrument to
I
play.
think Mr. Toppy might be becoming my arch nemesis. Yeah.
Andy sees it in his nightmares.
Yeah.
Did the Happy Apples
Mr.
stay on
Toppy,
it?
no.
Yeah, the Happy Apples are on there.
No, I don't think they are. Oh,
Oh yeah, they definitely are.
Okay,
They're in the background.
Okay.
I made sure of that.
No spoilers.
It's an actual like instrument thing. These like weird Happy Apples that just sound like terrifying little noise clanky.
It sounds like what you'd imagine a mythical horror orphanage would sound like.
A horror orphanage?
Yeah. If I was in a house getting chased by evil children, that's what Happy Apples would sound like. Yeah.
That's
They walk around the corner and there's the two identical twins.
Yeah.
standing
it
there.
sounds funny,
That's
but
it.
now that you've said it, that is exactly what they sound like.
So can we look forward to hearing these on a future recording, or are these already been used?
Oh, they're in there, yeah. It's a future recording coming up,
Ooh.
which is not announced yet.
That's true. That's all
However,
secrets.
Yes, it's all in the works. All good. Thank God we're not actually touring at the minute, or this would be really difficult.
It would. Goodness me.
Mm.
How's everything been going there?
Oh, it's been great.
How is the bus progressing?
We've crashed many times.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
How many times has your shift crashed?
Oh, twice?
Twice, probably.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Yeah.
sounds pretty good.
Maybe 4 times. I don't know. It's we did get a point,
Yeah,
and we are on track to get another one tonight.
Nice.
Yeah, and the way that, because you get a point every 8 hours, it means that depending
Yeah.
on when they started, we might never get a point if nobody ever crashes. But because everyone else has crashed too, it resets the timer, and now we are on track to get more points.
Ooh, nice.
Nice.
And we did hit $10 million lifetime
Yeah.
on
Yeah,
for the
I saw.
charity
That's incredible.
So good.
yesterday. So.
Congratulations.
It's a good feel. Pop some balloons.
It's such a huge thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's such an amazing event that you all put on.
And we
It's
have
well
50
done.
hours left.
Oh, right. We have 50 more hours to do this, so.
Woo woo!
At least you all look very comfortable.
Well, yeah. I'll get to go home and sleep at some point, and somebody else takes over for me, and most of you do too, I think. Yeah.
Sometimes.
I've never looked
Sometimes.
into your private lives.
Just about. I've been loving seeing the clips of Paul singing as well.
Oh, thank
I can
you.
see-
It's been beautiful.
I can see someone's posted a happy apple in the chat.
That
There it is. That's
that
what they
means a
look
lot.
like.
Yeah, that's
Thanks.
the one. Fisher Price, 1973.
Yeah.
Oh.
Surprising amount of them on eBay, actually. But they're the creep. You get 2 of them. They're the creepiest sounding things I've ever heard.
We've been, we did Desert Bus, of course, remotely the last couple of years, and so when seeing some of the sort of shanties and stuff is not so much fun when you're by yourself. You can't get the backing,
Yeah, for sure.
and so it's been super nice to be in person again.
Absolutely. Well, it'd still be a dream for us to get to come and sing live in person with you someday.
Someday.
Someday. I mean, we were even talking about whether we could book some time off and just fly over there at some point. But, yeah.
let us know if that's ever something that you or if you've got some other excuse to
when's-
come over here too.
we-
You know.
We
Yeah.
totally have that kind of time on our hands. So yeah.
Yeah.
Better still, don't let us know and just show up unannounced, because that would be amazing.
Okay, let's go. When's Desert Bus next year? I'll pop it in now.
About the same. It usually starts around November 11th or 12th. It's usually like the second Friday or second Saturday of the month. So it's always going to be in
funny.
November until we're going to have a meeting. I'm sure there's going to be like, we're going to move it to October. Like something's going to happen, I'm sure. But no, we tend to always do November. So yeah.
And then they'll show up and it'll be all closed.
Yeah.
We'll send you a sad picture of us just looking cold.
Standing outside of the office, yeah. Like, oh, we messed up. Oh no.
There is at the end of The Shining with Jack Nicholson, like at the just outside your studio.
We do use this office the rest of the year.
Yeah.
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 Although, it has been raining around though, so.
Yeah. It's cold and rainy. It's kind of like the weather you've got over there.
Yeah, we could
Accurate.
do that standing on our head. All rainy. Easy.
It's raining right now.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
Oh, what? It was looking nice
Is it?
earlier.
No, not today.
Shucks. Wow.
Do you guys want to knock out a couple songs for us? We'd love to hear you play.
Yeah, let's do it. We vaguely thought of a couple that we could do, but if there are any suggestions, we can probably do those too, as long as they're songs we know, and not like
I
like
think
Barbie
that
Girl.
goes without saying.
Could we shanty Barbie Girl? I don't know.
Will it shan't
Will it
Barbie
shan't?
girl?
It shan't.
I'm a sailor girl.
In a sailor's world. Life in brine.
Like
Life in
like in
Brian.
skivvies.
Okay.
Life in skivvies. What rhymes with skivvies? That's a hard one.
I've set us up.
Privies?
for failure right
Yeah.
Probably,
Privies.
Scrub the
Oh,
privies.
my God,
Life
okay.
in skivvies. Low deck privies.
I'm looking forward to this concept album now. Just
Yeah.
Yeah.
now. Oh gosh.
You can shave my head.
work me till I'm dead.
Stop.
Should we do Hoist?
Yes,
Yeah.
let's do
Let's
it.
do it. All right. I'm going to switch over some mic settings so it sounds slightly nicer when we sing.
Ooh.
Oh,
Wow.
see,
I don't know if it works.
always pushing the boat out
If this
physically
doesn't work, please yell.
and metaphorically.
There should be a tickle of reverb on us now.
Oh,
Guitars on.
very impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Here's a song about being terrible at sailing.
I'm ready.
Fresh out of college with grades straight from hell, I browsed for a trade in which I could excel. An ad for a ship in need of some manning, men sails on purpose but lacking a captain. What luck says I to find such good fortune? Few white lies later I ran down the pier, bought me a coat and a cutlass or two, jumped on the deck and I yelled at the crew. Hoist up the thing, batten down the what's it? What's that thing spinning? Somebody should stop it. Turn out to port, that's not port. Now I've got it, trust me, I'm in control. Well, I can't sing the shanties, it has to be said, and all of that grog just goes right to my head. Whale meat is gross and I miss a girl's laugh. 5 weeks at sea, even JD seems a catch. Hoist up the thing, batten down the what's it? What's that thing spinning? Somebody should stop it. Turn hard to port, now I've got it, trust me, I'm in control. We've hit icy waters, no land to be seen. The food's getting low and the beer has gone green. There's murmurs of discontent under the deck. If I don't act fast, it could be my neck. So pull up the charts and those weird gold machines. I see what it says, but no clue what it means. Just pull on some levers, yank on some chains. Fade about back till we've landed again. Hoist up the thing, batten down the what's it? What's that thing spinning? Somebody should stop it. Turn out to port, that's not port. Now I've got it, trust me, I'm in control. Hoist up the thing, batten down the what's it? What's that thing spinning? Somebody should stop it. Turn out to port, that's not port. Now I've got it, trust me, I'm in control. Hey, now hoist up the thing, batten down the what's it? What's that thing spinning? Somebody should stop it. Turn out to port, that's not port. Now I've got it, trust me, I'm in control. Hoist up the thing, batten down the what's it? What's that? Somebody should stop it. Turn off the port, that's not port. Now I've got it, trust me, I'm in control. Trust me, I'm in control.
Wonderful.
Yay!
That was nice.
That was awesome.
Magic. And now I click all the buttons, and we talk with that reverb again. Oh. Oops.
Oh, very slick operation.
I'm controlling a mixing desk from the other side of the room. There we go. Perfect. Hooray!
You mate.
That was fun.
Yeah,
So-
thank you.
In theory, it would sound in time to viewers of Desert Bus if you sang along with us, right?
It
that's-
might.
As a source
how
that
it works.
you would
That
have
could-
to probably deal with
Welcome
whatever
to
the
the
delay
spot.
is coming back to you.
Well, when we're singing, we can just whip our headphones off.
We can
That's-
whip my headphones off.
And so then you can more than happily sing along with us. And now I've called it out to the audience, so they're going to want it.
Oh,
All right, what's your
That's how that
song?
worked.
Yeah.
what would you
This is
like
how
us
we,
to sing?
Well, I guess it's more, what would you like us to sing that you can join
I
in
hadn't
with?
thought that far ahead.
Because, yeah, we wouldn't be able to join in with
You.
you, because
Right.
that would be delayed. But we can sing and you can join with
Because-
us. That's what we did through lockdown and stuff.
Yeah.
Because Andy and I were living together, so we would like sit in here and you and Dave couldn't sing along with us. But if you led a song from home, just singing by yourself, then we could join in with you, and that would all sync up going to the audience. So
Yeah.
it was magic
It's-
by the power of internet.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess in some ways the sort of call and response style of shanties, it's kind of uniquely suited for
A delay?
for a delay because well, it depends on whether you're listening. Yeah, I don't know
Gonna
what.
start the line a little bit early, I guess.
So
I
I
suppose the idea is to get everyone synchronized, so if there's a bit of a delay, it just ends up being
A synchronized delay.
I had a girl lived in Dumfries.
I
chicken on a rope. Everyone would just be so tense in that moment.
as you did that, there was a video skip on our end, so it looked like you did all pause, like way harder than you meant to.
Even better. Oh, I love it.
You guys know it's a simple one like Northwest Passage or something like that.
Oh, well.
It's the one
Sure.
that, I don't mean to get all Canadian on you, but
Yeah, sure, we could give that a
no,
shot.
that'd be a perfect one.
Love to do
They
it.
got all Canadian on us.
You guys are so Canadian.
So what
So you'll lead, and then we'll try to come in on the chorus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and in theory, that should work.
Should work.
If we don't have our headphones on.
Yes. If we do, it'll be death for all of us.
So what I'm gonna do?
Not quite that extreme.
Not quite that extreme. That's true. A bus
all right.
will be facing us down the street.
We're just
All right.
gonna make sure everyone's got the words up here.
Ooh.
I thought what I did was copy the words, but I went to Genius, and now it's copied a ton of other stuff that I
Oh,
didn't
no.
want.
See, now I'm nervous. I can't remember the words. 'cause
Now
I
you're
have so
learning
many.
about.
Yeah, learning about how bad things are when you try to rely on the internet.
Gosh, you wouldn't want to get the words wrong. Leading this
Would you
in
not?
Canada, would you?
When we sing on stream, like even here, we try to have the lyrics in front of us too, because it is, no matter how good you know the song, sometimes it is like you're in the middle of performing it for a bunch of people, and it's like just good to have a cheat sheet.
Yeah, you just have a total brain fart.
Yeah.
It's like,
I do that sometimes.
I don't
There's too
understand.
many words to remember. So many words. So
Or-
many words.
or the thing that always gets me that I've had to train myself out of is reading the chat, because
man.
that short
So
circuits my brain. Like I can't read and remember
It's-
words at the same time.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
You
When
start
we-
singing the
Over
comments.
lockdown, when we were streaming CFUs a lot, it would be like I was reading the chat, playing a video game, trying to fight, and singing a song at the same time. I was
Sometimes
like,
reading
yeah.
the lyrics too.
All
Yeah,
right,
it was-
we got our
It
lyrics.
was,
A true Renaissance man.
it was like,
It's-
it was a lot.
It's a brain challenge
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
We had some heavy brain workouts over.
It's true.
All right, I think we are ready to go
All right.
here.
I'm gonna try wordsless. I can do this. I've done it before.
We've sung it so many
We've done it for 10 years. We sure should know that by now.
You'd think.
You would think.
All right, let's go.
We gonna start with the
Northwest Passage.
start with the
Stand
chorus, or
Yeah, start with the chorus.
okay?
Ah, for
Just one time I would take the Northwest Passage to find the hand of Franklin reaching for the Beaufort Sea, tracing one warm line through a land so wide and savage, and make a Northwest Passage to the sea.
Westward from the Davis Strait, 'tis there 'twas set to lie, the sea route to the Orient, for which so many died. Seeking gold and glory, leaving weathered, broken bones, and a long forgotten, lonely cairn of stones. Ah, for just one time I would take the Northwest Passage to find the hand of Franklin reaching for the Beaufort Sea, tracing one more line through a land so wide and savage, and make a Northwest Passage to the sea. 3 centuries thereafter, I take passage overland, in the footsteps of brave Kelsey, where his sea of flowers began. Watching cities rise before me, then behind me sink again. This tardiest explorer, driving hard across the plain. Ah, for just one time I will take the Northwest Passage to find the hand of Franklin reaching for the Beaufort Sea, tracing one more line through a land so wide and savage, and make
a northwest passage to the sea.
And through the night behind the wheel, the mileage clicking west, I think upon Mackenzie, David Thompson and the rest, who cracked the mountain ramparts and did show a path for me to race a roaring freighter to the sea. Ah, for just one time I would take the Northwest Passage to find the hand of Franklin reaching for the Beaufort Sea.
Tracing
One more line through a land so wide and savage, and make a Northwest Passage to the sea. How then am I so different from the first men through this way? Like them, I left a settled life, I threw it all away, to seek a Northwest Passage at the call of many men, and to find there but the road back home again. Ah, for just one time I would take the Northwest Passage to find the hand of Franklin reaching for the Beaufort Sea.
Tracing
One more line through a land so wide and savage, and make a Northwest Passage to the sea.
Oh, that was amazing.
I assume very good.
Thank you.
We did it.
I don't actually know.
That sounded good
It could
to
have been a massive
chat.
clacker.
Yeah.
It came out
Did
great.
it-
We're putting it
Did
on
it
our
work?
album.
Did it work?
That sounds so good.
Hooray! I love that song so much.
Chat looks-
Goodness me.
Chat looks
That
pleased,
was-
so I think it's all right.
Chat looks pleased. We did it then.
Chat.
It's good. Man, suddenly realizing it's been a long time since I've sung this early in the morning.
I
Been a
mean,
while
same
since
for
you've
me.
Yeah, let's do it.
Nice.
It's
And
been
more accurate
It's been
somehow.
a few weeks since we've sung together before.
It's true.
But yeah, also, not used to singing at 10:30 in the morning for us. Well,
2 o'clock in the morning seems about right though, so
Yeah, that's standard.
fine. That
3.
works. It's
Three
3.
now.
We are
in the
now,
morning.
yeah.
Nice.
3 o'clock in the morning.
Time makes fools
Yeah.
of us all.
Stupid time.
Keeps on ticking. Oh dear.
Here
What
I am,
song, then?
sober as a judge
We've-
at 3 in the morning, singing shanties. Who'd have thought?
Yeah. That was one of the first songs we ever sung together.
It was like
way back in.
maybe like the third or fourth one we ever learned.
Yeah,
Oh, really? Yeah.
just
Yeah.
about.
What was the impetus then? Like, did you just to kind of be like, this is not just us hanging around singing shanties. Like, we should make a go of this.
It was a dynamic
So
career choice, really. We thought, like, you know what really reels in the cash.
Sea shanties
Back-
during the
back in
pandemic,
day,
I'm pretty
we were
sure.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
when we got together in 2012, we were like, you know what? In 8 to 10 years, this is
This
going to
could
be
work.
worth
Yeah.
something.
I think it's just we were all sort of
I have a
musicians.
feeling.
We were all musicians before then, and
Yeah.
just enjoyed harmonies
It
and
was
things.
like
Yeah.
and sea shanties came along.
We
and-
were kind of friends and work colleagues, and we started singing it for fun, really, because it was like we were all kind of singers and kind of enjoyed harmony singing, I guess. And
Yeah.
it was like, this is fun and feels easy, so we kind of just did it for fun, really. Like in a nice,
Look at
that's it.
easy kind of.
It's easy. That's
Like-
the important part.
That's
You know
when
what
I
it is? It's
started
like
doing
simple.
improv,
It's like
yeah.
simple music. Like it's raw and quite evocative with a lot of history, but it's quite
There's something about, and if you haven't done it, I would very much recommend it. There's something about singing in a large group, in
Oh,
a room
man.
that all knows the same
It's-
songs.
Yeah,
It's-
that's the best part.
It's the only. There's nothing really quite like it. If
Mm.
you're in I don't know, let's say a small pub in Cornwall,
Mm.
as it is for us often, you get 30 people all singing the same song, and all these sea shanties have got such evocative lyrics, and it's There's so much history and interesting stories in them.
Yeah, it's so easy to pick up and
We just got addicted, didn't we?
very
Yeah.
much.
Yeah,
And just carry on.
It disappoints me sometimes. You know, there's some very, very wonderful singers who sing shanties or nautical songs, but they tend to when they it can disappoint me when they get like way over orchestrated.
Oh yeah.
They'll bring in all sorts of backing.
You'll have
symphonies.
like string section. And you'll
Yeah,
have,
all these things to kind of make it a more big, full sound. I'm saying this. I don't know. Maybe your newest album is going to be an all symphonic album.
I was actually wondering, saying that if you're safe in the knowledge, the first release we did after Wellerman was Wellerman with the London Symphony on.
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
Which you'll be glad to know was a huge failure.
Oh, I must have stung.
But
I even forget it exists.
It
was that
sounds
much of a
really
failure.
good, but yeah, it did just disappear.
But there's something about that, the sort of raw, just sort of the pure voices of a group of people singing together
very
that I find so enchanting about the sort of shanties and other kind of folk songs in that way.
It's very hard to dislike that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. It's an interesting one because obviously we've been doing it for such a long time, and yeah, like we started off, everything that we did was complete a cappella, and obviously now we've got like guitars and instruments and stuff like that starting to pop in. We've definitely got a little bit more raucous, especially with the live shows and everything. But yeah, we've always kind of, as we've added more things and kind of played around with it, we've always wanted to try and keep that core at the beginning of it. So it's always like vocals first, we want to make that sound amazing, and then everything else wants to be there to like support that and grow with it. So hopefully that comes across in our recordings as well. But
One thing I'm curious about actually, because you mentioned going to the pub and 30 people, you show up. I'm guessing it's in that case it's kind of we're the house band for the night. We've been hired to come in and play. This might not be a destination audience. They didn't see you were playing. They're just like, I'm just down at the pub, and the longest John's walked in to play. And so, at what point, like, have you had experiences where you're like, oh, we don't have this audience tonight, like they're not along for the ride?
We don't do shows like that really much anymore.
Great.
To be honest. That was sort of the first 6 years or so.
yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, we've kind of outgrown that kind of size of venue, I guess, which is what
Guess-
happens when you tour a lot.
Yeah, I guess the most similar experience to that for us now would be at like festivals.
Yeah.
Like not shanty festivals, like more mainstream poppy sort of festivals, where obviously it's still a niche style of music, and so trying to get that across that actually no, this is okay to like and this is fun to that kind of audience is the closest to that I would say that we still have.
Yeah, probably.
But
We do
Yeah.
we do somewhat miss the days of just being in a pub, no microphones, no anything, just giving it some. But
There's those were fun gigs. Some of them fun, some of them not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's certainly a lot more hit and miss.
But it's a joy getting to go to, because where we live in Bristol, there's definitely one still shanty sing around which we go to quite often.
Yeah, there's like a
There's a few
pretty
around,
pure
There's a
shanty
few
sing
around.
around. Pure shanty sing, that sounds weird.
which is just if you've never been, it's generally just a load of people turn up in a room and
Turn up.
someone starts singing and then someone else sings, and before you know it, it's 4 hours later and everybody's had a crack. So
And they've
that's
only
fun.
sung Drop in Nelson's Blood.
Yeah. The annoying thing is turning up to one of those and they go, this is a song by the Longest Johns. And we're like, oh.
Oh, hello.
I was kind of trying
It's
to get
happened
away
quite a
from
lot.
that.
It still feels weird. It's
It's,
still
it
weird.
is definitely funny.
I went to the one in Bristol the other day, and I heard 4 Long Johns original.
Did you?
And I was just sitting in the corner like, yeah, it's good.
Cha-ching.
There was a very very wonderful sort of nautical song circle meeting here in Victoria for many years that met at a pub and sung things, but unfortunately changes to how liquor licensing worked made it so that when if you basically they said that if you're coming and singing you're like entertainment and so can't be drinking and
Oh, what?
making
Wow.
it so that people couldn't be drinking while they were doing the shanties kind of ruined the whole thing. So
Kind of.
Yeah, nobody wants a sober shanty singer. That's not fun.
So like,
Oh, wow.
are you just not allowed to drink on stage over there at all? Like, so.
at least the particular licensing for
that place.
the pub
Oh,
or whatever, yeah.
All right.
We
Was-
heard about that,
There-
actually.
There's,
There was-
when
there
we
was a
traveled
state
around
in
America, there
wasn't
was
there?
a few states that were really, really strict on
Yeah.
their alcohol laws.
I can't
There's a
remember-
certain
yeah,
Puritan thing about like it's like you can drink but you can't be having fun while you do it.
Yeah, I know. They were like, you can drink
Oh,
on stage,
cool.
but it has to be from a nondescript vessel.
And you can't say what
I
it is.
quite enjoy that.
Yes.
I have to, in order to drink on stage, I have to pretend I'm not enjoying the gig.
Not drinking
Ah, I'm just enjoying my malted health,
health
drink.
beverage.
Hoppy health drink. Yeah, there was one of the states where we weren't, like, people watching us were allowed to drink, but we weren't because we were technically working,
Right.
so you couldn't
I think
drink
that's
on
the thing,
stage.
right?
I saw something the other day. Sorry, a little tangent. Saw something the other day that Winston Churchill, when he went over to America during Prohibition times, had a note from his doctor saying he was required to consume alcohol, especially in milk.
Is that real?
That's real.
Oh,
Yeah, completely real.
what a guy.
Wow.
It's just some ridiculous amount, like multiple quarts
Oh,
of champagne.
Right, he was famously could put it away.
Yes,
Mm.
yes, definitely. He was certainly imbibed. You can tell by the talking, though, can't you? Invite them on the beaches. Get off my lawn! We'll fight them on my lawn. Yeah. Should we do? Would you like to hear another shanty?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent. Should we do Shawneetown?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get.
Should we just headbutt?
I did just have about the microphone.
Oh,
Don't
no,
worry
yeah,
about it.
headphones, okay. Not used to having that extra wide. Yeah. Hang on.
Safety
There
words.
we go. We're back on singing.
I've not
Singing
sung it- I've
sound.
not sung it for a while, and it's relatively new.
Way down,
Yeah, give it a sec.
Ohio.
If we were circus performers, we'd have a net, right?
Net.
Yeah, safety is very important.
No.
Safety is very important.
Mm. Key signature question mark?
Da, 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 da. I've listened to it enough.
Okay. Sun rose up, but we floats down, way down the Ohio to Shawneetown, and it's hot on the beach, or she moves too slow. Way down to Shawneetown on the Ohio. Whiskey's in the jug, boys, and wheat's in the sack. We'll train 'em down to Shawneetown and we'll bring the rocks all back. And it's hot on the beach, or she moves too slow. Way down to Shawneetown on the Ohio. Oh, them good old boys, they talk so loud and long. They're white as a barrel and they're twice as strong. And it's hot on the beach, or she moves too slow. Way down to Shawneetown on the Ohio. Water's mighty warm, boys, the air is cold and dank, and the cursed fog, it gets so thick that you cannot see the bank. And it's hot on the beach, or she moves too slow. Way down to Shawneetown on the Ohio. Now the current's got her, and we'll take up the slack. We'll sail her down to Shawneetown and we'll bushwhack her back. And it's hot on the beach, or she moves too slow. Way down to Shawneetown on the Ohio. Sun rose up, but we floats down. Way down the Ohio to Shawneetown. And it's hot on the beach, or she moves too slow. Way down to Shawneetown on the Ohio. And it's hot on the beach, or she moves too slow. Way down to Shawneetown on the Ohio. Way down to Shawneetown on the Ohio.
Yes, good.
Yes, good. Good.
I put a chair right in the way of where I need to see to click. What a fool I've been.
That's quite
All right.
that's quite a new one for us.
It is
So
a new
I'm glad
one.
it went down well.
Yeah, that was great.
Shawneetown. Oh, it's nice seeing all the emotes popping up in chat after a thing. The screen's a little bit too far away for us to read it, but I can see all the pictures. So,
Oh yeah, they are very
How many-
happy.
how many complicated messages can they get across in pictorial form?
I don't know much about this, I'm afraid, but are we competing with a bus
No, we're not.
going down a
We're not.
going down a road? Is that
We're
is
not,
it one or the
we're
other?
not racing the bus.
No, I was just wondering for purely for eyeballs. Is
Uh,
it us or watching a bus endlessly go through a desert?
No, it's just down in the corner of the shot. We've got the
Bustin.
down in the corner of the stream. We've got
see.
the
You can see the headlights moving back and
Oh, I
forth.
see.
Yeah, we've got
I see.
the-
Fantastic.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you have to pick one,
Yeah.
either us or the bus. Is that
Yeah. So,
That's not the case, that's
I'll
not the
pick
case.
the one that isn't a
we can
bus.
have both.
We made you bigger.
Yeah, you're huge. Yeah,
Excellent. Thank you.
the only one competing with the bus right now is Paul, because he's the one who's driving and he has to also
Yeah.
enjoy the music. So
It's an important job.
yeah,
Cheers, Paul.
now.
Doing the Lord's work.
Not to put you on the spot, but you could say that you were open to requests.
If we know it.
If it's
Absolutely.
the
We're also
I
open
think
to
the Pride of the White Star Line.
denying.
Ooh.
One I think that's one of your original songs, isn't it?
Yes.
It is, yeah.
Written by
Yes.
Robbie.
And it's one of my favorites.
Ah,
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, we could do that.
yeah, I think
Well,
we
I
haven't.
sung it for a while. But
Yeah, it's been a while.
there's an extra verse that needs filling.
yes, we should decide that.
I could.
What did
Uh-oh.
we do before?
Do you remember
Did
it?
I?
I'm already doing two, aren't I?
Yes.
Yes.
You do beginning and end.
Yeah.
Give us a sec.
So me or you gets a bonus verse.
Woo! Woo!
Fun.
So I'm going to look at the words.
I'm also looking at the words, and we can.
And we can fight over it. Oh no, that's our website, not the.
Because I'm doing verse 3, and you're doing verse 4.
I do love how this is a behind the scenes of how everybody
No,
does
sorry.
this. Because when you're prepping
Yeah,
the
yeah.
set list, you're like you've
I'm
practiced
doing
everything.
verse 2.
Yeah.
So who's verse 3? Is that the one that he's filling, or was that you?
Well, this is our confidence levels
Sorry.
come from making so many mistakes all the time, over and over and over again for several years. And
Yeah.
so now we just don't have any shame in openly
Two.
researching lyrics to our own
So I
songs.
should do 4. I'm going to do 4. Which is
Good.
Titanic sank into the depths.
I think we're good. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So amazingly, some of our moderators on like Discord and YouTube and everything put together an incredible wiki that tells us, as well as other people, but it tells us what key we need to sing in, who's leading the song, and what the lyrics are.
Hey!
we have a need. It is the best resource.
We have a wiki too. We have the Loading Ready Run wiki that has all sorts of information in it that we always forget.
It's so useful,
It's
right?
useful.
Like what
Fans
games we've played.
Are good.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are we doing?
The
Who are we?
dedication from fans is just fantastic. I mean, this is Loading Ready Run's 20th anniversary as well, so the wiki is full.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
And of course for Desert Bus itself, we've got the video strike team that very
85 people who are chopping up
Who are
Desert Bus into
dil-
highlights.
diligently creating highlights, sometimes creating GIFs,
Oh, yeah.
seconds after events have happened.
And also going back years to see like what happened, so that they can, enter
Your
it in
video
the
strike
log.
team constantly amazes me.
We should have a video strike team. Although I fear it would just end up being a compilation of crop shots as we go past the camera on our way to beers and things.
Yeah.
For Robbie coughing.
Yeah.
In fact, they've informed me that the first 2 songs from this very call are already uploaded onto YouTube.
Yeah.
Good job.
That is efficiency.
You're on
Well
it.
done.
I'm looking forward to hearing the Northwest Passage with you guys on it.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll actually get to hear it with you guys singing when we watch it back. That'd be great. Happy days. All right. Should we sing about
Yeah, I'm ready.
some ship that didn't go down?
Yeah, this is a song for those of you who don't know. This is a song about the
You have to move that,
sister ship to the Titanic, which is called the Olympics. So the 3 ships built in the same shipyard at the same time. Same shipyard at the same time. Billy Connolly now. Billy Connolly.
Sean Connery.
Sean Connery. Billy Connolly.
Almost, but not.
Billy Connolly, comedy masterclass available now on the BBC website. So this song is about the ship that survived until old age and was eventually taken down in a Jarrow town, as the lyrics will tell. Pride of the White Star Line, here we go. In the Belfast yard where she was made of Holland Wolf design, the plan was struck to build 3 ships that funds would not define. The gantry raised up in '08, a nameless line arose to make the journey to New York in record time, and so she's the pride of the White Star Line. May her engines never stall. Her sisters died from Berg and mine, but she'll run for decades more. She'll run for decades more.
Olympic soon became a stamp. No finer ship did sail. Smoking rooms and Turkish paths and palm trees rail to rail. As sleek and striking as could be, and speed second to none. She sailed from Portsmouth dock and showed the world how it was done. She's the pride of the White Star Line. May her engines never stall. Her sisters died from Berg and mine, but she'll run for decades more. She'll run for decades more.
The Hawk was running along her side, around the Isle of Wight, oh no. Swing to starboard up and took the helmsman by surprise.
Fail.
2 holes were punched into her side, and water flooded in. She staggered back to Portsmouth dock and lived to sail again.
She's the pride of the White Star Line. May her engines never stall. Her sisters died from Berg and mine, but she'll run for decades more. She'll run for decades more. Titanic sank into the depths, Britannic joined her too. Through the wars, Olympic kept on sailing sure and true. Missions out in open seas with U-boats in her stead. Damn near cut 'em clean in 2 and sank them to the bed. She's the pride of the White Star Line. May her engines never stall. Her sisters died from Berg and mine, but she'll run for decades more. She'll run for decades more.
Now every dog must have its day, and all good things must pass. Shipyards forge much bigger craft that dwarfed her in her class. The trips were few and fares declined, the world marched on ahead. They pulled her down in Jarrow Town, still striking till the end. She's the pride of the White Star Line. May her engines never stall. Her sisters died from Berg and mine, but she'll run for decades more. She'll run for decades more. She'll run for decades more.
That was so wonderful. Thank you.
Thanks.
No problem. That's been a while for that one.
I love that as soon as I messed up, I noticed you just like whip out your phone and quickly panically type.
Oh no, he's cursed it.
As they said in chat, it just proves you're doing it live.
I was just buffering for a moment there.
Oh, we're definitely doing it live. Yeah. More's the pity.
I was just giving the editors a challenge. They got a speed ramp through that section to make me play it for it.
How do they speed up your eye movements out? Just that look of panic.
Oh dear. Beautiful. I love that song. We haven't done that in too long.
That's good. No, we haven't. I like that one a lot. It's funny, whenever we go out on tour or anything, putting set lists together, we always we try not to, but we do end up sort of looking on Spotify and going like, okay, so what are the songs that everyone's listening to? What do people want to hear?
What's required, first of all.
And songs like that, they're not like that well listened to, really, compared to some of the others. So we sort of go like, oh, well, maybe maybe we don't put that one in then. Maybe we should start thinking a bit differently.
Yeah, it's good to have like
It's a balance.
a mix.
Yeah.
Make sure there's a few which like have to be done, and then it's like, let's go crazy.
I know there's some artists who almost have an antagonistic thing, but it's, those are the popular songs, so we're not going to sing them.
Yeah.
Just to mess with
Yeah,
people.
we're not like that. We're not like that. I don't get why people do that. Just play the song.
Just play the song.
Yeah, the crowd pleases for a reason, right?
Yeah.
Don't be too big-headed that you're not just gonna.
You would assume that your fans would want to hear
People have paid
something
money to
a
come
bit.
be entertained.
Yeah, but they want to. They want to hear something. There'll be those core group of people who, if you play something that they never ever thought you would play in a million years, then they'll be like,
Oh yeah.
Have you had songs on your in your back catalog of things where you're like, you're a little too emotional to do it on stage?
Ooh.
There's a couple of songs that do get me, but I don't think I'd ever be too emotional to sing them
Yeah.
on stage.
So there's certainly some like Crossing the Bar.
Crossing the Bar.
Oh, that's always
We
special.
used to get asked a lot. We never actually done it, but we used to get quite a few people saying like, "Will you sing that at my funeral?" Crikey. No pressure.
If the
Uh,
mic
JD,
clears, sure, why
Imagine
not?
JD
Right?
did that like in the middle of someone's funeral. Coffin being lowered.
Looking at the words on your phone.
Yeah, would they stop lowering the coffin while JD was fumbling
buffering
for the
just
words?
I'm buffering.
Yeah, Crossing the Bar is very emotional.
Yeah.
There's a couple of others as well, or just like really sad,
Yeah.
depressing folk songs.
There's one off the new album that I keep welling up every time whenever I hear it, which
It
is
is beautiful.
irritating. I hate it. I just imagine if we ever did it on stage, just getting to that point where you're like, I'm sorry. That would be so embarrassing.
It'd be beautiful. People would love you for it.
Oh, no.
As long as you don't completely mess it up. You can mess it up a little bit.
So just crying the whole way through it.
I've been so nervous singing Bones in the Ocean since Dave left.
Oh, yeah,
because
yeah.
that song means a lot to so many people.
That's good.
And yeah, it always gets me as well. So I don't want to mess that one up.
Yeah.
That one.
That is a beautiful song.
Magic. But yeah, I wouldn't say there's any that we've not been able to do in that case.
No. There's definitely moments where I'll get a bit emotional, but
You push through.
I'm controlled enough.
You're professionals.
Yeah, I'm sung on stage now. I can push the emotions deep down inside.
How it goes.
Let them out.
Bottle it up.
For later.
We're British.
Just think of England and carry on.
Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. Someone will pay for those emotions later on down the line.
Just
Don't
sing
worry
your
about
song and think of England.
it. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know
dear.
if you knew this, but in every Englishman's head, there's just a giant flag just waving 24/7, blowing in the wind
Yeah.
for times like that. Are any of you guys in bands?
No, I don't think.
No.
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 I've been trying to kind of, Ian and I for years have been trying to find a way to entice more musicians. The nice thing is that if you can find people who can all sing, then you can all sing together. You can have a cappella group, and that's fantastic. The best part is that you all seem to have different parts. You all have different ranges, so you covered that off. Because if it was all four of you were just all like tenors, it'd be like, well, it's harder to who's going to do bass, right? And I play guitar, and Ian plays bass, and for years it's been like, can we find anybody who knows how to play drums? Can we find anybody who knows how to play this? And then can we actually get like a middle-aged man's jam group together to just do that?
The dream.
That is the dream.
That's cool.
Yeah. Middle-aged man jam group.
Yeah.
Well, there's a giant advert out there for it now, so maybe someone will turn up one day
In your garage.
with a bandana around his head and go, "Let's jam!"
The more people I meet through Desert Bus, I've learned that it's like there are a lot more musicians who are working for this whole group, which is great. Who are volunteering their time to do it. So maybe one of these days we'll try to throw together something. But
There must be a drummer around there somewhere.
I think there is. Yeah, I've
You
heard
guys
rumors.
seem to have so much reach. If you were to sort of advertise for like a Desert Bus band, like sort of in the background, like Jimmy
The
Fallon.
Desert Bus House Band.
Yeah, house band.
Desert Bus house band. Oh,
Yeah, the Desert Bus like input bus. Like,
Yeah.
the
Nice.
Desert Bus. Yeah, There's a very small amount of sound engineers behind the scenes here that will appreciate that. If you like that sound engineers, the desert bus.
On the desert bus, yes, right.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, I get it. Actually, I do get it, yeah.
Oh, it took you a bit.
It took me a second, yeah, sorry. That's not my job isn't to run the mixer. My job is to keep the business afloat.
This is also an important job.
Yes. Did we? Were there any other? Because I have somebody did submit as a challenge. They submitted a song. Did we have other?
Oh.
Challenge.
Yeah.
Oh.
We have a challenge system that tells us like here's all the different things we'd like you to do. The chat puts them into a back end, and then we can say yes or no, and or we can make fun of
Often
them.
no.
Often no. Yeah.
Okay. What is it then? Try me.
Hammer and the Anvil.
Oh,
Ah.
okay, we can do that. Yeah.
I've got
Again,
I've got a device for that.
We need to do a verse, which is. Oh, it was me. I was doing the other.
Did a video for that recently, and one of the local blacksmiths made us an anchor.
Oh, you can hit that.
So
It's on the floor over
Yeah.
there, Robbie. Get it. Grab it. Whilst I. Ooh.
The anchor is there. I've got the Anvil gong that was made and gifted to us.
Oh. Yeah,
Which
because
is-
traveling around with an entire anvil with you would be a little bit awkward.
It's true. And weirdly,
Pretty
they
heavy.
don't actually make a good sound. They don't make the sound you want them to make.
You know
They're
when you
really,
hear,
like,
when you hear
thin.
those like cinematic anvil sounds in video games and movies. That's
Ah,
not what
it's-
an anvil sounds like.
It's like a really the thinnest, high-pitched
not
tink.
what-
Anvils
like-
don't sound like anvils.
No, not forging Narsil or anything.
Yeah. But yeah, this is a lovely thing made by one of our fans with a little fake anvil thing on top and a chunk of metal attached to some strings for hitting, which is a plate pulled off of a ship. And they gave me another one, which is just the plate as well, which is my travel edition, which I go around with and hit. This is the official anvil gong, and it sounds like that.
Yep.
Oh, that's
All
great.
right. Are you ready with the bonus verse?
Yes. Broadsword.
Alright.
Fighting.
Can I remember mine now? I'm now really scared I'm going to forget all the words for everything.
I thought to make a horseshoe.
I'll be ready. Let's do it.
Your anchor. And then I'm broad.
Da, 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 da.
Ready?
Yep.
Yes.
I thought to make a horseshoe and asked my hammer thus. He said, I'll ask the anvil what you require of us. The hammer asked the anvil, and she had once agreed that they should meet together in the way that I decreed. And its sparks are flying, passion strong. I am the blacksmith singing the hammer and the anvil song.
I thought to make an anchor for taking on the main. The hammer and the anvil relented once again. So they sat there together as I prepared the cast. They braced themselves for impact like a sailor on the mast.
And its sparks are flying, passion strong. I am the blacksmith singing the hammer and the anvil song. I thought to make a broadsword for fighting on the field, just as I know the hammer is a nobler thing to wield. And though as humble tradesfolk choose a quiet life, the gods of war come to the door of the hammer and his wife. And its sparks are flying, passion strong. I am the blacksmith singing the hammer and the anvil song.
They asked me for a statue of a general who died, a sword raised in his iron fist and a war horse sat astride. And though I knew they'd try me for what I did decide, I stuck a hammer in his mouth and an anvil by his side.
And its sparks are flying, passion strong. I am the blacksmith singing the hammer and the anvil song. Now all you merry blacksmiths, a warning take by me. Stick to your country, your shoes, and your anchors for the sea. For when the gods of war come calling, promising you gold, they'll take your hammer, take your anvil, take your very soul. And its sparks are flying, passion strong. I am the blacksmith singing the hammer and the anvil song. And its sparks are flying, passion strong. I am the blacksmith singing the hammer and the anvil song.
Go easy on the.
I was trying to
metal
go so
plate.
easy.
Yeah, it's loud.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yay.
Excuse me.
I'll reassemble this now. There you go.
I am. It strikes me too because that's a. Paul, you were saying earlier too, like shanties and these songs, very worker-oriented songs,
Yeah, yeah.
and very much around the whole idea of worker rights or the plight of the common man, that kind of thing. And because I'm not familiar with the oeuvre as much, has anyone tried to make like the nobles shanty? Like, does anyone ever try to like write a shanty about like the rich man? Or they always come out a little bit like satirical.
I feel like you walk into a pub and get everybody to try to sing a song about how great it is to be rich.
About the local lord?
Yeah, that probably doesn't get you very far.
It doesn't hit home quite as hard as some of the more plight-oriented ones.
I know they do exist, at least modern ones, but I mean, historically, you wouldn't really get that as much because the whole kind of idea of this music is that it's stuff that people can just write and join in with and sing, whilst I guess the richer folks of the day would have had people to do that for them.
I guess so. Like
you go to like the
a
opera.
lot of
so
work
it's-
songs will be singing about like the plight and problems of the working man. So what would be a song about rich people problems?
It's also just like a thing you would do. You would gather together. The poorer folk would gather together and
Yeah,
sing
yeah.
songs and stuff like that. Whilst the richer folk, you'd have a fancy dinner party.
I'm trying to think of like a rich person problem song now.
But well, I do know they exist because our manager told us he went to a folk sing around and someone had written like a.
I mean, I think that's just a random guy. I think
Yeah.
It's not
So they
part
do
of
exist.
I think that was a random,
And unfortunately
unfortunately
non-jokey song
misinformed
about.
problematic man. But yeah.
Oh dear, it was rough. The problems with the foreigners coming over and stealing our gerbs.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So everyone there is like, oh no. Good
Well,
times.
thanks for that, Harry.
Are there? I
It'd be
mean,
fun to write. It'd be fun to write one. Maybe that's a
A jokey one.
yeah.
I went down to Waitrose, but they didn't have the specific type of quinoa that I wanted. Hey, oh,
Oh, I went down to Waitrose.
or
They
that they're
didn't
charging
have my brand.
charging so much for you to drive into London now.
Yep.
There's no place to park. Your Bentley.
What does what do with a Bentley these days?
No, what
That's the title.
What they do is they just park on double yellow lines, and then they get the ticket, and actually paying a £25 ticket is
Yeah,
cheaper than
than
having to
parking.
pay for the parking. So
that's actually.
That is true.
To be fair, it's not too far off in Bristol.
wow.
I've definitely paid over 20 quid to go and park my car for a day.
Yeah.
Are there
Nonsense.
then like because I now I'm really exploring this whole thing in my brain. Are there shanties written of the future, like not just looking towards the future, but like somebody wrote like what it would be like to sail in like the year 2100, that kind of idea?
Yeah, there's definitely people that have written like sci-fi folk songs and sci-fi sea shanties and stuff. But I guess it's kind of hard because in essence, a sea shanty is an actual work song, and they don't really exist anymore, in a sense.
Yeah. It's a problem with definitions, really. So I don't know if
Yeah.
you knew this, but Wellerman isn't a sea shanty, for example. Like
Because it wasn't
technically.
used as a work song on ships, so it's not a sea shanty.
sea shanties are kind of a pretty set library of songs that were originally used in the great days of sail to keep crews in time while they were hauling on ropes and the
Yeah.
like. So that's kind of a set thing. So if you say there are shanties about the future, somebody I'm sure has written them, but
Right.
are they really shanties or are they?
I find it quite interesting. I don't get too pedantic about it because like it's all just good
It's a-
music, really. But yeah,
It's a useful definition.
it is
If you
a
say
useful definition.
shanty, it may not be technically correct, but people know what you mean.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah. But then where does it end?
Well,
Says I. Where do we stop?
yeah.
I wrote this shanty. It's called "Hit Me, Baby, One More Time." Stop being so pedantic.
Oh, boaty.
I shouldn't have let you sing.
I'm going to say this now. I went to the Bristol Sing
Now
Around.
you're
I went-
going
I went-
down.
Don't laugh. Well, do laugh. I went to the Bristol Shanty night the other night, and it was Silly Songs Theme, and somebody had written an entire shanty parody of that song called "Whip Me Bosun One More Time,"
Oh no.
Yeah.
and they'd written the whole song, all the verses. I should have taken a photo of it. It was
Yeah.
It was oh bosun bosun. It was very good.
I want to hear this now. Get
A
it.
lot of very talented songwriters out there.
Yeah. There's definitely sci-fi folk songs and shanties, but I think in essence they don't exist because people don't tend to sing songs whilst they do manual labour anymore. It's just not a thing that people actually do when they work.
No, not really.
Which I find quite interesting. And if you're, I don't know, flying the Starship Enterprise, you're probably just pressing some buttons.
Well, it's yeah.
Right.
Yeah, the need to keep your spirits up in that kind of way is gone as well.
Yeah.
I imagine.
Well, it's a lot of it. I think like there's this sort of automation. Like, there was a time where there was a bunch of jobs that had to be done that were more than one person could do by themselves, and so you had to have a whole bunch of people all working together. Whereas now,
they were the machine, and now,
now we've got motors and winches and things, and it's a lot less necessary to keep people in sync in the same way.
Yeah, totally. And just because of that, those songs don't really exist anymore.
Or if they do, they're just really short.
Yeah, so we've written originals that are in a shanty style that aren't, I guess, technically a shanty.
Push the button.
Yeah. It's quite interesting. It's quite hard to write songs in that style, I think, and make them feel legit because, in a way, all these old sea shanties have stood the test of time.
Yeah, they have to be.
Yeah.
They have to come from a different angle, really.
Yeah, totally.
It's like
totally.
a lot of shanties are complete nonsense. If you look at the lyrics, they don't have any.
A lot of them will
They
have
don't have
like
any cohesive thread.
9
The
to
actual
15,
shanties.
9 to 15
Actual
verses
shanties,
of
just,
like nonsense.
Right,
you know,
'cause
originally they weren't. They weren't sort of real songs. They were just sort of the shanty man on the ship, kind of making up verses as he went along.
You'd find different shanty because there's lots of sea shanties that have slightly different words, and a lot of that will come from just different shanty men on different boats singing the same song but making up verses as they go. And that would be passed by word of mouth amongst sailors on land and places like that.
I love when you start looking at like lots of different shanties. I love when the same verse shows up in like a whole bunch of different shanties, like just sung at different, with a different tune and different tempos, but they just stole a verse from a different song.
Yeah, a lot of capstan shanties and stuff. You can just change verses interchangeably from any capstan shanty because a lot of them just have the same rhythmic, like rhythm in the verses and stuff.
Intentionally.
Yeah, they're doing the same job. Yeah.
We've definitely done that with a few songs before.
Yeah, it's quite funny.
We did that with Santiano when we did the French version of that, didn't we?
Ooh.
Did we? I
Mm.
don't really remember doing that.
Yeah, we did some switcheroos to make it work better because the
yeah.
French version of the lyrics was telling like one story, and then the English version of the lyrics was telling like a completely different one. So we ended up using lyrics from another shanty that fit to kind of make it work better
I think
with
we
the
took
French
some
words.
lyrics from either
So it was like going back and
something like that.
yeah, it was like going back and forth between the English and French. So
Yeah.
we had to do a switcheroo,
Yeah,
an authentic
It
switcheroo.
worked in the end.
authentic switcheroo.
Part of a proud tradition.
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah,
Should we do another one?
yeah. Could you?
Yeah, let's do another one.
Any?
I'm just having a look
That's good.
actually.
Yeah, that's good.
See
Any requests, or do you want to pick one, or what are we doing?
somebody actually asked for either Rio Grande or Santiana.
Ooh.
Do Santiana. Rio Grande might be.
That was-
do that
that was-
recently.
We did it fairly recently. We did like an
you
interesting
said it.
end though, didn't we?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if I can remember that.
Interesting end.
We can remind ourselves of the interesting end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You let it, right?
I did leave it. Go on then.
Should we do Santiana?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I'll look up the words for Rio Grande.
Oh, Santiana gained a day away, Santiana. Napoleon of the West, they say, along the plains of Mexico. Well, heave her up and away we'll go, away, Santiana. Heave her up and away we'll go along the plains of Mexico. She's a fast clipper ship and a bonny good crew, away, Santiana. And an old salty yank for a captain too, along the plains of Mexico. Well, heave her up and away we'll go, away, Santiana.
Give her up and away we'll go along the plains of Mexico. Well, Santiana fought for gold away, Santiana. Around Cape Horn through the ice and snow along the plains of Mexico. Well, heave her up and away we'll go away, Santiana. Heave her up and away we'll go along the plains of Mexico. 'Twas on the field of Molly Del Rey, away, Santiana. Well, both his legs got blown away along the plains of Mexico. Heave her up and away we'll go away, Santiana. Heave her up and away we'll go along the plains of Mexico. It was a fierce and bitter strife, away, Santiana. The General Taylor took his life along the plains of Mexico. Whoa! Heave her up and away we'll go away, Santiana. Heave her up and away we'll go along the plains of Mexico. Santiana, now we mourn, away, Santiana. We left him buried off Cape Horn, along the plains of Mexico.
Mexico.
Yeah, I believe that song has different versions depending on what parts of that conflict you want to emphasize.
Much, yeah.
It's always
It's also quite a popular one in France as well. So there's lots of different French versions of completely different lyrics, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun sticking that back to back with General Taylor as well.
You can see
Right.
two sides of the story.
Yeah.
What really happened?
We'll never know.
Santiana is what we do. Santiana is Santiana a non-existent person?
No, it was a Mexican general.
Was a Mexican general.
Mexican-American War.
Still one of the funnest story or kind of things with that song as well is your additional lyric that you wrote. Robbie.
Oh, yes.
So I don't know if you still do it with some of the trads and stuff that we do, but you decided with that you wanted to write your own lyric just in case, like you can then trace it if anyone else sings the song.
Oh, it worked like a charm as well.
Then you can trace if they learned it from our version. It's like, yeah, that's really cool. So Robbie wrote the line, Napoleon of the West, they say.
So the first verse is Santiana gained a day, Napoleon of the West, they say.
But through some mistranslation, mishearing lyrics, or like YouTube auto-translate sort of thing, people started singing, now pull the yan up the west, they say. And now, loads of groups and people that sing that song now sing about pulling the yan up the west.
I don't nor have never known what a yan is.
If you heard it in a sea shanty, you didn't know what it was. You'd assume it was like some nautical gubbins.
Yeah, right. Yeah, well,
The yan.
yeah, we'll get into the
Pulling on the yan.
technical details, but the yan is a
The
very...
yan since I was a 9-year-old.
But it's this like
I'm not swearing.
this distinguishable line that you wrote, which then immediately went backwards and became something different.
Funny. It's pretty funny.
I do
That-
love seeing it as a group we know that has a quite famous sea shanty medley. It's got millions and millions of hits. And they sing Pull the Yan Up the West,
Yep.
they say.
So now you can tell.
Now I see how
now you can
that-
tell. Not only have they learnt it from our song, they just also haven't done their research.
we
Double hitter.
We spoke to them about it, and they actually, from hearing it that way, they're like, oh, the yan is like a nickname for Napoleon.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Which
that's
almost
that's
makes
how they
sense,
thought
but-
it
They call
was.
Napoleon the Yan.
It's like, yeah, okay.
The Yan.
I can get behind that. If that's what you hear it as, and that's your interpretation. That's great.
Oh no, the Yan's coming to take off land. And
That's...
I love it though. I love that that's kind of, in a weird way, that's a really natural part of the tradition, that like someone's changed
Yeah.
something, written something, and it's changed and developed and gone on its
Yeah,
own
it's
way
pretty
and
funny.
stuff. It's beautiful.
Inserting your own lines like that is brilliant, and I definitely I heard the Napoleon of the West line before I knew of the Longest Johns. Like I thought that was just part of the song, like part of the
amazing.
original song. That's amazing.
Ooh,
Good.
sorry.
Well,
It's really
it is
funny.
I mean, the rest of it's like the traditional lyrics, but it is fun, like just being able to see, like, oh, that's
It's like
Yeah,
Super
that did-
cool.
it's like the fake streets on maps.
Yeah,
you
trap
know?
streets.
Yeah, trap
Yeah.
streets on
You've
maps.
written trap lines like they used to. Yeah.
Shanty DRM. Yeah, there you go.
I guess it's nice to kind of almost look at it in a different way, because as I would see it, if I start to hear other people doing that and it starts to like become part of it, that's just really special and kind of what it's all about really for us, rather than like, you've done our thing, that's bad. It's like, no, that's great. That's so cool that
Yeah,
we've actually been able to be part of the
Yeah,
tradition.
what's
in
the
that way. It's
provenance
beautiful.
of it? Yeah.
It just it allows you to, future scholars will be able to trace the lineage of different lines.
and they'll have this
Pulling
interview to go
pulling
off.
the yarn for
Oh,
years
yeah.
to come.
Back in the 1700s, the sailors pulled on the yan.
I-
It'll be in a textbook.
I mean, that's the brilliant sort of retroactively making it work and coming up with the explanation for it is that's amazing.
I know, it's so cool, right? I love it.
Pretty funny.
Super good. You said you've got to dash off in a little bit, haven't you?
I've not too long, but certainly enough time for
A bit more.
a bit more.
Should we
Jolly good.
we go?
I'm not sure how long you guys were planning on, but
The thing is, we could keep you all night, but also then we'd have to work around you with a lot of giveaways and stuff.
So yeah, should we go one more song and then we will let you go.
sounds good to
Yeah,
me.
sounds good to us.
Yeah, why not?
All
What are you
right.
saying?
Do you want something? I really want to play Leaving in Liverpool, I'm not going to lie.
I was thinking
Yeah, if you want,
maybe
yeah.
Mary Ellen Carter. Would
Or
be
Mary
good,
Ellen Carter. Oh, that is also really good.
because Stan Rogers.
So you do
Because-
sound kind of similar, so
They
you might be able to.
Do. They're in different
That's
keys.
even more dangerous.
They're in different
They're in different keys.
A to C.
That's quite a jump.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't mind, JD. It's your pick.
Let's do Mary Ellen. Let's do that. I do need a capo for it, though.
You should.
And the other one, I need a different guitar, so... It's not easy either way.
Well, you've nicely shoehorned yourself into that.
I've done beansed it and not got my capo.
Mm.
All right.
This
One second. I go hunting.
So how much money have you guys raised so far on this desert bus?
658,533 American dollars. That's the US
Wow.
dollars we're doing.
Amazing.
So in
Nice.
Canadian,
You said
that's
you-
even more. But
10 million lifetime.
That's right.
And-
We passed
Oh,
10 million
which is
bonkers.
yesterday.
What a figure.
That's a lot of
What
cash.
year? What number desert bus is this? It's number.
this is
17.
17.
Wow,
17 desert
17.
bus. Yeah.
Hot bus.
I didn't even realize streaming had been a thing that long.
It was barely a thing.
Yeah.
Where
really hopped
were
on
we
there,
on
really.
the first desert bus? Was that on Twitch or was it somewhere else?
It was Justin.
Twitch before
Justin
Twitch?
TV. No,
It
UStream.
was on Ustream TV.
It was a
Ustream.
system called UStream.
I don't even know what that is.
Wow.
It's not around anymore.
And then Justin TV, we moved to, I think even like when we were during a desert bus, where like Ustream kept going down, so we're like, we're moving everything over to Justin, and we moved over to Justin TV during one.
And Justin TV was previous, and then
Became
Justin
Twitch.
TV started a video game service called Twitch TV, and then
started that
turned
whole
out to
thing.
be way more popular than the Justin TV part.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Ready.
Another Stan Rogers to finish.
I am
Here we
ready.
go.
Oh yeah. Is it? I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna say this because my brother reminded me of this, and I want to call it out because she's awesome. My sister did another art
Yes.
thing
Oh, yes.
for you guys,
Ooh.
which we said about before. Which one was it? When is it?
Xanathar.
It's Xanathar. That's it. When does Sam message me? Is it tomorrow night?
Have you done the Xanathar giveaway? The felt
Oh,
needle.
Give me
Xanathar?
a second. I'll see if I can find it. Can you guys find it?
yeah, I'll find it.
Friday night, Saturday morning, 3 a.m. here.
That's not yet.
Yeah.
So yeah, that might not have happened yet.
Just kind of.
Well, that'll be tomorrow, I guess. Yay. Which is
All right,
very exciting.
nice.
She's probably watching as well.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Proud of you, Joe.
Are you ready, Robbie?
I'm ready.
Are
Yeah.
you ready to not say the swear word?
We're going to say bus.
Oh, that's the beholder.
Smiling buses.
Smiling buses.
Smiling buses.
If you mess up, we don't care. It's fine.
Okay, well, there's like a 50% chance it might happen. So.
That's great. You got us after the watershed at this point. No one's going to give you a shame ticket. We don't do those anymore,
Black
so you're
mark.
fine.
Good. Shame.
All right.
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
Oh. 2, 3, 4.
Oh, she went down last October in a pouring driving rain. The skipper he'd been drinking and the mate he felt no pain. Out close to 3 Mile Rock and she was dealt a mortal blow. Then the Mary Ellen Carter settled low. There were just us 3 aboard her when she finally was awash. We worked like hell to save her, all heedless of the cost. But the groan she made as she went down, it caused us to proclaim that the Mary Ellen Carter rise again, rise again, rise again. May her name not be lost to the knowledge of men. All those who love the best and who are with her till the end will make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Well, the company wrote her off, not a nickel would they spend. She gave 20 years of service, boys, and met her sorry end. Well, insurance paid the loss to us, then let her rest below. Then they laughed at us and said we had to go. But we talked of her all winter, sometimes days around the clock. She's worth $250,000 afloat in at the dock. And with every jar that hit the bar, we swore we would remain and make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Rise again, rise again. May her name not be lost to the knowledge of men. All those who love the best and who are with her till the end will make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Well, spring now we've been with her on a barge lent by a friend. 3 dives a day in a hard hat suit and twice I've had the bends. Thank God it's only 60 feet and the currents here are slow, or I'd never have the strength to go below. So we patched the rents, stopped the bent dog hatch and put all down. Put cables to her fore and aft and girded her around. Tomorrow noon we'll hit the air and then take up the strain and make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Rise again, rise again. May her name not be lost to the knowledge of men. All those who love the best and who are with her till the end will make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Well, we couldn't leave her there, you see, to crumble into scale. She'd saved our lives so many times, fighting through the gale. And the laughing drunken rats who led her to a sorry grave, well, they won't be laughing in another day. And to you for whom adversity has dealt its mortal blow, we're smiling buses lying to you everywhere you go. Dancing around, put out all your strength of arm and heart and brain, and like the Mary Ellen Carter rise again, rise again, rise again. Though your heart it be broke and your life about to end, no matter what you lost, be it a home, a love, a friend, like the Mary Ellen Carter rise again, rise again, rise again. Though your heart it be broke and your life about to end, no matter what you lost, be it a home, a love, a friend, like the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Hey! Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Ah,
Yeah.
those smiling bussers.
Smiling buses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta watch out for them.
That was wonderful. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.
Yay!
Thank you so much for having us on.
It was a surprise and a treat.
Amazing.
Very good.
And yeah, it would be an absolute dream to get to come and actually do this live with you one day.
We're up for it. We
Yeah.
can take a planned holiday.
We can make it happen. We'll tell our agents, get us around Canada around that time, but not on that time.
We could just go there
We could just
ourselves
go.
for a week.
Victoria's very nice. It'll remind you of home.
Oh.
Yeah, I've heard.
I have heard.
No, but yeah, thank you guys. I'm glad we were able to work this out. It's always a pleasure to have you on Desert Bus. Hey, for the audience who needs to know who you are, introduce yourselves. Tell them who you are.
We are Kimber's men.
From Yorkshire.
We're the Longest Johns from Bristol in the UK. We sing sea shanties and stuff like
Folk
that.
songs and other things.
All that good stuff. We are releasing an album at some point in the coming future, and we're going on tour
In February.
all around the
starting.
world, starting in February. Well, I say all around the world. We're doing
UK, Europe.
UK, and
Not that order.
All around the world.
currently
Europe,
the eastern side
UK,
of US and
East
Canada,
Coast.
and then it's not
Later on
announced yet.
in the year, we'll do the West
West.
Coast.
And we're looking at
But
Australia
we
and all that things too.
Can't tell you those dates yet.
But where
Yeah.
can they find them?
You can find us on, and the dates on our website is probably the best thing. So longestjohns.com/live.
We're also
for all those
on
dates.
the normal social media places.
Yeah,
Like
Please go
the
and check out our
Instagram,
YouTube channel. Have a look at our
YouTube.
Instagram.
all that good stuff. Yeah, if you like
All
the
that.
things that we've been doing today and want more of that. And
We're
most important thing, Desert Bus
doing
charity.
Thank you. very
Desert
much.
Bus. Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you for dropping by tonight. This was great. Love to have a concert.
Absolute pleasure.
It's the first call-in I think we've had on Zeta actually too. So
Thank you very much.
We should do more.
Yeah, you should just get all. If you UK call-ins on Zeta seems fine.
yeah, and the Australians
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Australians. Yeah.
Amazing.
Find them.
And yeah, good luck with the rest of the shift.
Thanks very
and
much.
We'll be watching and see you soon.
Yeah. We'll see you guys soon.
Yeah.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
It's all me now. Oh, jeez. Cut to the room. Cut
It's
to the
you, the longest Johns.
That was so good. Thank you so much to Longest Johns for reaching out to us to contact and get us to be able to come on the program. That was amazing.
And their website is thelongestjohns.com, like all one word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So you can always go there and learn more about them from there. And